tour guide today. I will give you guys a quick introduction about myself before we get going through the streets of Halifax here. Now, I am from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Are you from Saskatchewan? This never happens. I'm always the only one. This is a very rare occurrence, so thank you for being here. It's quite far away from us here. Now, I moved to Halifax about 2 years ago. Enthusiastic and have way bigger smiles on your faces. Can we do this? Okay, that's not giving me much hope. Come on, guys, pick it up. You're on the Harbor Hopper. Have some fun. So much better. That's what I like to hear. It makes me look good to my coworkers, you know? Now, before we continue on, I would just like to acknowledge that we are on unceded and unsurrendered Mi'kmaq territory. Before it was colonized by Sir Edward Cornwallis in 1749. Now, we did just turn onto Brunswick Street. Now, this actually used to have a different name. It was called Barrack Street back in the day because it was lined with barracks. Crazy, I know. But Barrack Street was actually a very rough part of town. Late at night after people had maybe a few too many drinks, a lot of fights would end up breaking out on the streets, and that is how it got the nickname Knock 'em Down Street. There you go. I wouldn't worry too much if you're, walking down Brunswick Street late at night, though. Only the occasional bar fight happens, I promise. I know we are just turning onto Citadel Hill. I know this is one of the most visited national historical sites in the country. We get thousands and thousands of visitors here each and every year. In the winter time, it is a great place to go sledding because it's a big hill. But my favorite day of the year, first snowfall, all the university kids come out here and none of them actually own sleds. So they use cardboard boxes and Tupperware bins and folding tables, whatever works. But in the summertime, it's a great place to come read a book. You can have a picnic, watch the sunset. We have a great living history program within the fort on top. Fun fact for you all is I've been on 3 first dates on this hill, and I've only ever been on 3. They've all been here. Now I drove up here 4 times a day. Getting a little bit sick of it, but it's okay. I do love Citadel. But coming up on your right-hand side, we have the Old Town Clock. Now this has been keeping time for Haligonians for over 200 years. Now the clock actually still runs on the same internal mechanisms from when it was first built. So it's very old. As you can imagine, it goes through quite a few repair jobs, and it actually gets wound twice a week to make sure it's keeping the proper time, because we like punctuality here in Halifax. We're never late, ever. Now on top of Citadel, we have Fort George. Now this is the 4th fort, and also the only fort to stand on top of Citadel. If you're wondering how that's possible, Halifax weather. Now the original